Hey everyone, so it is time for this week's Windsor real estate market update for February 9th, 2024. February 9th, 2024. The biggest pieces of data is that it was an exceptionally strong week in Windsor, Essex County. We sold 64 houses, 64 units, which is a very good week for February. The average of all of the houses listed that we sold was $34,423,000 of the average asking price. The average selling price was $36,272, and the average overbid in the city of Windsor, Essex County was $28,890. $28,890 was the average overbid. So if a house is listed at $300,000, you can expect to pay about $330,000 for that listing on average, depending upon how the realtor has brought it to market. There were 23 houses that were under list price for 35.9% of our market. 35.9% of our market was under the asking price. The other 65% of our market was above asking price, and the average above asking price was $28,890. Now, for the week, we had 34 houses that sold at a 2% competing broker commission, 7 houses at 2.25% competing broker commission, and 23 houses at 2.5% competing broker commission. You can see that our 2% commission offerings are increasing, which will drive down pricing points a little bit at some point in time. Right now, 53.1% of our sellers this past week decided to list at just 2%, and the listing agent was probably taking 3% in most of those cases. 2.25%, 10.9% of our sellers, and 2.5%, 35.9% of our sellers. Now, other data sets as we get into the middle of this. Weeks of supply on the Windsor real estate market, weeks of supply was 419 units at a 64 per week sell-through ratio. That means that we have 6.54 weeks of supply, or about a month and a half of supply. Supply is at very low levels. We have no supply. Then if we also look at the average asking price for the city of Windsor, since we had the average, if you take this number, 34,423, divide that out by 64, you come up with an average asking price of $537,863, 587 or 537,863, with an average selling price of $566,754, 566,754, average selling price. So again, if you have less than $550,000 to spend on a house in the city of Windsor, it just is harder. Now, if we look at that, and we come in here and we say, okay, 566 is right here. Just put a big mark right across here. 566 is right here. So you can see that we had more houses sell under 566 than what we had sold over 566. So again, it's just a little bit more compression on our averages. There's like 2 more here than what there is here. So you can see how the average market is very, very hard to be able to find those houses under $566,000, the average selling price. And yet we do have a good ample supply of houses selling every week, this past week at the very least, above $566,000. And we did sell 3 $1 million houses on the week. which is a very good week in the city of Windsor. Now, most of this $1 million structure are people that are coming in to work at the battery plant. That's who's buying our $1 million houses. Additionally, when we think about where our market actually is, 29.2% of our units are rental units, not even available to be purchased. They're just rental units. That's a massive sum of units. And then we have just 5.9% of our market is under 350,000. And then 28.1% of our market is above 950,000. So you can see that we are pretty top heavy. The more expensive homes. So that's just about it for this week's Windsor market update. I also like to kind of give you an update on what's going on with me and my business unit. It has been very, very busy. The year has gotten off to a very good start. I did sell one house on the week, which was over on Assumption. It ended up selling for $295,000. The paperwork is all done on that. That marches towards closing for March 1st. I have a beautiful listing that we did reduce the pricing point down on at $14.55. Can't think of the name of the road off the top of my head. South Front in Amherstburg, 1455 South Front in Amherstburg. It's a raised ranch on a nice piece of land, and it was now marked down to $479,900. I've got a ton of realtors going in there on Saturday and Sunday. I do hope to have that sold sometime soon. And then I also have that beautiful listing over on Fox Hill. And it had some activity on it, had an offer on it, but unfortunately that offer couldn't come through. They couldn't get their financing, and so Fox Hill is back available. But I do have a realtor that went in there again today, and a realtor coming in from out of town tomorrow, and hope to have some kind of activity on Fox Hill here very, very quickly. I do have a listing coming up on Bayswater as well too in Little River Acres. And it will probably be somewhere around that $350,000 threshold. And then I just seen the house out on Westminster. It is about 600. It's about 480,000. It is a back split, all brick back split with tons of square footage in it. Done up very well and very well maintained. 460 to 480 is probably where it sells itself at. And that will be coming up here probably by the time the clean out business gets done with it. Will probably be coming up here for March 1st. I do have a Riverside Drive property that I'm going out to get the key for tomorrow. Waterfront Riverside Drive. That will probably be on the market for March 1st to March 5th, something like that too. Got notification from a lawyer that there is a trailer in the Essex trailer park that's going to be coming up very, very quickly here. Probably again for about a March 1st spring market. It will probably be about $130,000, $140,000 if you know anybody looking for very inexpensive living in a very good trailer park. That's the Essex trailer park. Very convenient to be able to get to. And I am going out on Sunday to look at another estate in Tecumseh, and it will probably be somewhere, I haven't really got too much of a chance to check on it yet. That's going to be more after tomorrow. And also out in Point Roche along the ocean, or along the lake out there, I do have a beautiful ranch that's going to be coming up probably more April 1st. And it's, again, another estate transaction. It will be coming up, and it is probably about $1 million to $1.05 million. So if you know anybody that's looking for some houses here in the city of Windsor, and also in Ford City, there is another one that we're waiting for the sheriff's department to come in and boot the renter out of there that's not paying any rent. In Ford City, I will have a nice small little house with a finished basement And it'll probably be somewhere around that 340-ish price point, around in there. Hard to tell exactly until we get the tenants out of it, and have a chance to be able to go in there and actually take a look at what's going on. So if you have any buyers that are looking, I would do have a little bit of time for a buyer right now. So if you know anybody looking, don't forget that they get my $1,000 cash back on closing special for being willing to work with me. And I just had a meeting with Adam yesterday. We're putting together a couple of more different advertising pieces. We're going to be in Our Riverside magazine, and a couple of other advertising pieces, some things going out on Facebook as well too, in Marketplace. That should drive some more activity as well. But that gives you a little bit of a market update here. When we look at the market here in the city of Windsor, there is a lot of different real estate companies that are selling houses. So of all of them, you can see that the mixture of sales for the week was very well diverse, with Binder being the biggest lister, 16. Deerbrook coming in a very far second at 6. But then everybody else, Real, us here at Real, just the two of us here at Real, did do one sale. EXP, one of our competitors, kind of in a marketplace, did 4. And the new Iconic had done 2. Manor only did 1. Buckingham only did 1. And Pinnacle Plus did 2. And Remax Care, those folks over at Remax Care did 3. So at the end of the day, you can see that the market was very well diverse across the whole board. Even Tommy O'Brien's team did 1. That one was the one with the sign in it that said that, hey, if you step into this house and you happen to fall through the floorboards, we are not responsible. And it ended up selling for $270. Just to be able to show you, it ended up selling. It was listed at $179.9, and it ended up selling for $276.6. $2,766. So you can see that it's very hard to find any decent house. That one was pretty much near collapse, and it sold for $2,766. Thanks for watching this week's Windsor Real Estate Market Update. I am Brian. If you need any help with Windsor real estate, I'd be more than happy to help you at 519-995-6145. Have a great day. Bye-bye.